Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. I'm Nai.
And I have my mouth full. I mean, I'm Mako.
Let's see, is there anything we can synthesize? We can't synthesize, unfortunately, anything that we need to. Which is the downside. To the Moogle badge, we still need a Blazing Stone or Frost Stone, which wouldn't be too hard to find, but I just don't want to do that. 2 Blazing Gems needed to make the Rune Armlet. Mega Potion requires a Power Shard, which I believe is Power Wilds. EXP Earring is a Fury Stone. I have no idea. Fury's a new elemental thing, I think. So I have no idea where that comes from. Mithril Stone, Serenity Power. I have no idea where that comes from. Dark Matter, we have 2 of. I need a 3rd one. And then the Blaze Gems, I want to say those are either Bandits or Fat Bandits. I'm not sure where those come from. So, unfortunately, we will not be crafting anything right now. So it is off. It is time for us to leave this place. Jump in our gummy ship. And we shall leave. But I don't know. Okay, so time to go to the new world. The one that's full of Heartless.
Oh, God.
It's being recommended that we visit other worlds first that we've already visited. It's only so needed. The idea is that you go back with all the powers you have and things that you have already, and you go and, visit and collect.
It's giving your do your 100% stuff warning now.
I mean, it is, but there's no
actual requirement for it. It's just...
Yeah, like, it's not as if failing to do my 100% now will cause us to, oh god, die. But it's saying, hey, if you haven't, been updating recently, now would be the time. Can I attach this shield to the ship? Will it let me do that? Let's get rid of that. Put that there. Can I put... I can't put that there? Okay. My ship looks ugly, but I don't care. We're going for function, not necessarily form. If you haven't seen what my ship looks like, you would not necessarily understand that. We have a lot of lasers, I've
drunken
noticed.
architect.
I would not have even called myself an architect, but I appreciate the sentiment.
A drunken ship... This is what happens when, you give Geppetto some blueprint paper, stencils,
And just go, hey, by the way, I need you to make something.
a large, 5th of vodka. The usual.
Okay, you might have to explain to me. How do you get a large 5th of vodka? Isn't a 5th just already a unit of measure? How do you make that large? This
With great difficulty.
I was gonna say, this is not something you thought about, is it? Hey, look, our ship has a horn. I don't know why, but it does. And look, now we have paper. Okay, so we have the left hand, we have the right hand. So what I'm kind of curious about, what is rock going to be made out of?
Oh, hey.
You're thinking about it, aren't you?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Okay, so there's our ship. We have a shield now! Okay, let's move on.
If it does anything good.
We're going to find out. Unfortunately, I don't really feel like, let's see, find the hidden obstacles. In this direction, it's 5 or more haste G or haste 2, which we don't actually have. So I think we're gonna teleport straight to Neverland. Neverland is the portal to the next area.
Next area is one that I simultaneously love and hate.
I think a lot of people feel that way about the next area.
It has some really neat bits and pieces to it, but it also has some really annoying gimmicks.
I think that's definitely a thing that I have disliked with the next area. I think it's probably the gimmicks that really get to me about the next world. It just has so... hello. Just has so many of them,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go take a look around real quick. We have unfortunately already missed one of the doors, I think. Here's the door for now. Just want to check here before I move on. 5 o'clock door opened for an AP up. Now, we should be on the 6 o'clock door by now, though. Let's see, where's the clock face that actually shows what door we're on? Is it the other one? It's the one I didn't look at. Okay, so we're... Okay, there's the 6 o'clock door. Now this is kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, now I remember how this works. I was worried that if we... Okay, you see how 4 and 5 are both glowing?
They're glowing, because we've had their treasures out of them.
Well, it's not only that, but it's also... I think it's also that as long as time passes, you get those treasures. You don't have to be back here on time. Like, you don't... I wouldn't have missed that if I didn't come back immediately, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and travel to battle. Notice that this world has like 17,000 stars.
We're going to die horribly.
Yep. Shield Gummy protects the ship against attacks. Well, thank you. Thank you, Chip. I really appreciate the heads up on that one. I would have never figured that out on my own. We're just going to punch our way through. Notice how much health we have. We also have the shield.
Shield absorbs flat attacks. It doesn't have health.
Yes, it does. See the little red dots below where it says shield?
Well, it has health, but what I said is it doesn't really have a HP value. From what I remember, it absorbs like a flat attack, one bar, not...
Oh, that might be true. Also, you'll notice that the song is currently in a... what is it? It's in a... minor key? Yeah. For some reason, I was having trouble remembering exactly how you say that word. Or how you describe that. Yeah, but we're in a minor key. We're not going to a good place. The place we're going is decidedly bad. Bad things are going to occur to me and all the children who come with me. Yep, folks, that means you. We're all gonna get boned. We have collected, looks like 2 different blueprints today. That's nice. I'm trying not to use too much power on using the collecting arm, but I don't really have much of a choice in the matter. Break, please. Thank you. And here we are. We have arrived.
Looks pretty ominous.
Hollow Bastion.
It has some of the neatest music.
Oh yeah, and it was so good they brought it back. I wonder if this music got remastered. Because a lot of music in the game got remastered. It has some of the neatest areas, too. Apparently, Sora knows this place. Were you able to see the castle up in the sky like that in the original?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Sora knows this place. I remember being as a younger kid, and I did a lot of role playing. And one of the things that I did, I was in a text role playing game that was kind of it was D&D without dice. Is basically the long and short of the style. And one of the abilities one of my characters had, or eventually achieved, is probably the better way to do that, was to make things from water. And they would be hard, they would hold an edge. Eventually they retconned the edge thing, because it became too powerful, believe it or not. But, well, what you gotta remember is what we were saying is that you could make something out of water that was infinitely sharp. Nothing stood in the way of you making as sharp as something you want to. Be sharper than steel. So eventually the rule became that it could only be as sharp as you could actually see with the naked eye, and the naked eye can't see a razor edge. So, but he makes stuff out of water. And I always thought, it was a really cool ability. And then I got here in this game, and I went, no way. Because the way I always pictured the weapons made out of water is exactly how the walls of this section look. That flowing water that is, that just does its own thing, that doesn't,
That's flowing upwards?
Not necessarily flowing upwards, though eventually I did decide that when I used it, the water did look as if it was flowing, as if it was still moving. As if you literally cut your weapon out of a waterfall, and the waterfall just kept moving through it.
I'm reminded of one of the neater places in Guild Wars. It was called the Jade Sea. And you can probably guess, sort of, from context, what that name implied.
Okay.
Basically, it was set in that universe's equivalent of the Oriental sort of areas. And its whole thing was, when the big bad of that region was killed many, many, many years ago, he basically unleashed the force of his death, like the amount of energy that was released, was enough to turn pretty much the entire ocean around that area to pure jade. And like the nomads that used to live on the sea and the islands now make a living traveling across the Jade Sea, cutting pieces of it out and carving them into various things.
See, I was wondering when it was going to get to carving the jade.
Yeah.
There's no way that would just sit there.
No vessel, no help from the Heartless. So tell me.
So here we get Beast, who is a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Simply believed. Nothing more to it.
Remember, Riku is the only other person who we know of who was able to travel from world to world with no vessel. We travel in a vessel.
I would find her again, no
The Beast,
matter what the cost.
the Beast just screw you his way across the
He
cosmos.
did. He just said, "I will do it," and it happened.
Here I am. She must
Which is amazing.
be there.
Well, no, he actually raged his way across.
Pretty much.
Take her if you can.
That is pretty much
And
exactly what
Riku
happened.
is poking the Beast, metaphorically and probably literally too. But
And here comes here comes his Keyblade, so he is going to literally. Oh dear. Yep. So the Beast raged his way across the cosmos, and Riku took him down with a single poke.
So, you finally made it.
And now
About time.
Riku's poking at us.
I've been waiting for you. We've always been rivals, haven't
because
we?
he's suffering from a bad case of
You've always
jackass.
pushed me.
He really has. This is a level of jackass that you can just scarcely get to.
There can't be
Now,
two
this is
Keyblade
interesting.
Masters.
So, whenever
talking about?
you hear me talk about the fact that there's only one Keyblade Master, this is where it comes from. Riku asserts that there can only be one, and the Keyblade goes to him. So they establish at this point there can only be one.
Maleficent
Well,
was
that's
right.
not going to last.
You don't have what it takes
I know,
to
it's just,
save
it's
Kyrie.
weird that,
There is an explanation for this, and I'd love to get into it, but I can't until the next like the next major game in this series.
yeah, I mean, I think they don't even just explain it until, what, Dream Drop Distance or something like that? Or is it,
They never explain it outright, but they make inferences,
okay.
and
Sorry.
they show how this happens.
Notice how Riku's just holding, okay, never mind.
Go play hero with this.
He gives us a wooden sword. And now apparently Sora has no reason to exist. This is the part that annoys me, though.
Goofy, let's go. We have to remember our mission.
Oh, well, I know the
Yep.
king told us
Uh-huh.
to follow the key and all.
So let's just abandon Sora. You know, he was always pissing me
Goofy
off.
is technically a bro, but he doesn't want to get lightning bolted by Donald. Donald's just a dick. But we always knew Donald.
Donald's like, well, Sora wanted to fly the ship, and I was never really okay with that. And here's Beast. Got stabbed in the chest, still moving.
He is one tough bastard. Now, there's an interesting thought I just had. The rules about Beast's condition, if anybody's seen the movie, and I damn well hope you have, state that there's certain things that have to fulfill before he can turn back to normal, but they also state that he's sort of stuck like this otherwise. I always like to think that part of the reason he can't get clobbered in this point is the fact that the conditions for his death cannot be fulfilled either.
See, I don't see that. From what I recall from the movie, there was never anything about death. It was just, you can't be your normal self until you do this, so you will die a beast. And he even uses those words in the movie, if I remember correctly. He says, I will die a beast, or something to that effect.
Well, yes, but that, at the same time, it's also I always think the whole point around his condition is tied to the rose, which is
Right.
not available at the moment. In fact, his world is gone.
So, just to interrupt that real quick, just to point out that we did lose Donald and Goofy, and unfortunately this game also means we lose all of their equipment, too. Which is really obnoxious. I've always hated games that do that, and this game does it, too. I also need to check, what abilities does Beast have? Second Chance, MP Rage, Berserk, Furious Bellow. Okay, this isn't the game where he gets the healing ability. Okay.
Now, the problem is that with this, because we've no longer got our Keyblade, we've got the little wooden sword, Sora's going to get his ass handed to him if we get in a fight.
We have to kind of rely on Beast right now.
Beast is the only member of our party who can inflict damage right now, and that's purely because he's
Sword
fighting.
can.
Really, I never thought. I thought that the wooden sword could not inflict damage, and we can't leave either.
Yeah, I can't leave. I believe you deal very minimal damage, and you can also still cast spells. So I'm kind of the dedicated party healer and such at the moment. And I think that... I forget what the other thing is. I think I can deal minimal damage. I'm not useless in a fight, but I'm not good in a fight either. So I have a little bit of trouble at the moment. But we're going to see that in just a minute, because as we were warned by Cid, Hollow Bastion does have a very small Heartless problem.
Just a tiny one.
Tiny one. You wouldn't even really notice unless I mentioned it. Notice there's a white Trinity mark there. Can't do anything about it. Okay, so I believe that was all the treasure chests in this area. There was an awful lot of treasure chests in this area. I've loved this, too. This was always so cool to me. The floating, like, cage elevators that you can ride. Always thought those were so damn cool. Okay, I need to remember where to go. Okay, I believe we have to examine this, which activates that switch, which makes that elevator work, and then we have to examine this and go down. I think the other thing for Hollow Bastion for me is also it's really confusing. It is a very large zone. Here we have, I forget what these are called, Dark Balls, something like that?
Dark Ball, yeah.
Nope, even magic doesn't work right now. Okay. So we're just going to rely on Beast to do his thing. We'll just try to remain alive. I was so sure I'm actually allowed to fight in some way. Yeah. Magic works. The wooden sword wasn't dealing damage to the Dark Balls. I think it does deal damage to other things. Okay, so we need to go here, I think. Okay, this one takes us inside. That's right. This part of Hollow Bastion was always confusing to me.
I'm remembering now.
Get ourselves a Fira ring, and we'll move on. Okay. And so if you call the Beast, he'll actually break down things. And I love how they do the whole Final Fantasy X walk on water dealy here. I mean, we did see a little bit of this earlier, too. But, that wasn't exactly what I expected to happen there. Yes, it is. Never mind. I just got turned around a little bit. Got a new room. Yep, we don't deal any damage whatsoever. There's a blue Trinity mark there.
Which we also can't do anything with right now.
Yep. I'm just going to stay away from this thing. Let Beast do his thing. The problem is he's having some trouble here. Beast is also flying. I don't know if you saw that. Okay. Grab an Ultima G. That sounds juicy. And a Thundaga G. All these gummy shit pieces that I do not want at all. Okay. And here's this section. I hate this section. Okay, so the thing about this section, it is a sliding door puzzle. And you have to figure out what combination of doors allows you to progress.
And also get the shinies that you want.
Yeah, there are shinies.
Yay, shinies!
That one, and then you do this one. If I remember correctly, there's a set of puppies here that I always seem to miss. Okay, so that lets me do that, and then we go in here. Then we do this one. Which opens up that door. And I think... What is this door? What does this switch do? Okay, that opens that. But that blocks off the downside of that. Do I care about that? I don't think I do. Okay. Can I switch this? Does switching this help me right now? No, not in any way. That isn't right, because the door next to me is open. That's right. Okay. So next we take this. That just gets us underneath there. Okay. There's something I always miss in this area, but I can't remember what it is. Now, is this not working right now? Oh, do I have to activate this? There we go. Release that, and now this becomes an elevator. There we go. Now we get to go this way, where new enemy type. These drop something good. We want it. Beast, would you make him drop the good thing, please? I don't want to mass cast on this guy, because that's generally a bad idea. Can I get MP by, Yes, okay, I can still get MP by hitting him. So right now, I'm the dedicated mage. Which is fine. Okay, then we release this one. And that gets the machinery rolling, which opens up the main castle gates, which is why we come back here. Okay. So that's done.
That's the whole reason we came down here, is to open a door.
One door. A single door. Dumbledore. Okay, I swear there's something I'm missing. Is it back there? Did I hit that switch back there? That one? Is there a way for me to get there?
I don't remember any of this now.
That's not... Okay, it's not that one. I need that one to be like this for now. Well, I'm trying to remember the exact sequence that some of these go in. Okay, that opens that like that. And you do this. And that lets you out. Press this button. So you see that switch back there, right?
Hmm.
The one that seems to be continually blocked off. Okay, game. Eventually, this becomes a elevator here, but I don't feel like dealing with it right now. I think you have to have the blue Trinity mark for that to become an elevator. I think that's how the blue Trinity mark works there. Okay. So that is the lower section done. Just glad I remember how that works.
I want to save and recover. Or at least recover.
Probably a good idea. I do have a bad habit of dying in this area.
You're playing on Proud. You have a bad habit of dying, period.
Yeah, I've been doing okay recently. You leave me alone.
Oh, I will. That horde of teeming blackness out there, unfortunately they won't.
That's all I can say. Okay. So there should be a horde of teeming blackness right now. Yep. Beast, would you mind not just standing there and watching me set these things on fire? I would really appreciate it if you were a part of this fight.
Oh no, it's very cathartic.
Oh, it's wonderfully cathartic. I'd like it if he was actually fighting. Beast, there's yeah, this thing right here. Can you kill that? Thank you. Okay, so the next thing is we need to go underwater here through this bubble. Okay. Next, let's make sure there's nothing down here. So next we have a block pushing puzzle. Because apparently I need this in my life. I can't remember though, am I actually required to do this block pushing puzzle?
If not now, then later, probably.
There goes that. Well, the thing is, I can fly. Why do I need to do a block pushing puzzle?
Because reasons.
That's not a good answer. Being able to fly kind of prevents you from needing to do stupid block pushing puzzles. We now got a paper G. That's actually... Now we have 2 paper Gs. What we don't have is a rock G. Okay, and now we're back. That was obnoxious. Our recorder does not want to record. Okay, I know we can push this. I can't remember if it's actually needed or not. Have I released this already? Oh, that's just to reset that. Why do I care? I have the ability to fly, which lets me do this. Why do I care about that block? You know what? I decided I do not care about that block. Moving on. Okay.
Annual Festival of the Pushable Cube.
I guess. Back into the waterway from a different direction. Beast. I need you to make this not a thing. Thank you, sir. Go ahead and pick this up. Another Thundaga G. Okay, I think we actually can't do anything in here. This is the other one. That. I don't know how you're supposed to get to that. That you have to get from inside the waterway. And I want to say that's actually a box of puppies. Either that or you get to it from inside the castle. I can't remember. That being said, that is everything done outside of the castle.
If you hadn't worked it out by now, this whole place is like riddled with platforms and it's probably one of the biggest places in the game.
If not the biggest place in the game. Like this area is huge. And the problem is we're in a huge area and the only person we have to that is able to deal damage is Beast. Fortunately, he can do the thing he just did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the good news is he does damage remarkably well when he tries.
Yeah. Okay, so now, we gotta deal with another of the Guardians. I forget what this enemy's called. But the good news is the door opens now. The door didn't open previously. And cutscene time. Oh god. This looks like a disturbing wax museum.
And that's number 7.
And it's funny, there's two princesses who we don't know anything about. Unless you know anything about Disney history, in which case you know them very well.
Purest of hearts, reveal to me the keyhole.
Oh dear. No, don't listen to her! She's only doing this for evil!
Of course she's only doing this for evil.
So, is it just coincidence that the keyhole is right in the middle of the heartless-shaped thing? You'd think they would have just understood, oh, right, that's a shape that we know. Okay. We are now inside the castle.
Be on your guard. They're close.
Bad things are happening.
Are you ready for them?
I am totally ready. Somehow Belle is there? Except she's not. Because the only reason that was there was to get his attention.
Yeah, good news
And
is
piss
kind
him
of a good news, bad news thing. Good news is she is here. Bad news is they are aware of the fact that so are you, and they're going to screw with you.
No, not without Kyrie.
The darkness
Oh, and now the
destroys
bad things are about to happen.
You're wrong,
Riku has a change of outfit, which is
Darkness may
always
destroy my
bad.
body, but it can't touch my heart. My heart will
How
stay
about
with
that?
my friends. It'll never die.
Really?
And
Well, we'll just see about that.
Ah!
hey, would you not do like really weird darkness things to me?
Sora ain't gonna go anywhere.
You'd betray
Hey, there's
your
that shield
king?
I equipped on him.
Hey!
Your life. But I'm not gonna betray Sora either, because he's become one of my best.
I really love that Goofy's the one that jumps to your defense.
See you
Ultimate
later,
shield.
Donald. Could you tell
I
me
really
I'm
like that.
Sorry.
I really love that phrase. You could just walk over... Yeah, you don't have to yell across the room to each other. Oh, you betraying Duck. We're not... No, there will be none of this.
Thanks a lot.
No, we're gonna kick the Duck out. The second we get a chance, the Duck is going away for a
How
while.
will you fight without a weapon?
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart.
And my friends,
Your heart?
who cast magic with a
What
big
could
shield.
That weak little thing do for you?
Although my heart may
Well,
it's not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's
I
found
love
a
the
home with all
morals that we're
friends I've
learning here.
made. I've become part of their heart just
If
as
I
they've
make
become
friends,
mine.
I can attack
And if
things
they forget me
easily.
now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon.
God, so
My
cheesy.
friends are my power.
Here's the problem. You know what's attracted to cheese? The Keyblade is attracted to cheese. Yeah. The problem is, this fight can actually be problematic. Now, the good news is, I'm wielding the Olympus Keyblade, which it is very hard for enemies to block the Olympus Keyblade, which means that I kind of get priority in this fight. If you're not using it, Riku's really good at deflecting your attacks. Because I am using it, though, we get some free experience, and we kick Riku's ass. Now,
Yay.
you get out of the way, please. 2,400 experience for a fight that took less than 10 seconds. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's about right.
Riku is really bad at this being evil thing.
And no more clothes for Riku. Oh, hey, Beast.
Oh, you're
Where you
gonna
been?
win this battle.
That is true. That is indeed a thing that happened. We have learned the White Trinity. Donald,
Yay.
get the hell out.
Can we just take Beast with us?
That's the plan.
Like, no, I mean, like, when we leave here, can we take Beast with us?
Just, Donald, you're no longer allowed to be part of the group because you were a dick. Beast, you're in, buddy. We'll just leave Donald here. He can be the character for this area.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Yeah. Okay, folks, that's going to be it for us. We are done for now. Now, I am going to have to take Donald back actually pretty much immediately because we do need to go and get the White Trinities. And there is a White Trinity here that I would like to get pretty much immediately. So we're probably going to do that next episode as soon as we join back up. Until then, though, we'll see you soon.